Could Brian Flores get another shot in New York? This time leading the team he once game planned against, because he's embarrassed us last year point blank and loved it probably with everything going with the lawsuit. Um, so defensive coordinator with the Vikings since 2023, former head coach for the Dolphins, 19 to 21, senior assistant, and defensive assistant and linebackers coach for the Steelers, longtime assistant with the Patriots under Bill Belichick. So again, you got a Belichick, situation going on there. Giants do like that. Was 24 and 25 as a Dolphins head coach. The biggest issue with him is the issue with Tua as far as his coaching. We'll get to the lawsuit in a minute because I see you guys in the comments, but Tua was an issue because Tua was starting, then Fitzpatrick was starting, then Tua was starting, then Fitzpatrick was starting. We're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and that's not good for a quarterback. That's the only knock on him I had. I thought otherwise he did a damn good job for the Dolphins. They were a 500 team every year with them. They had crap talent. They weren't giving him the tools needed to succeed. And I really thought he did a damn good job there. So I like him as a coach overall. I think he's a smart guy. I think he's a very blunt to the point guy, which I think works well with a lot of players. You know where you stand with them. But there's the lawsuit. And that's the big thing. So the first thing is that lawsuit's got to go away for them to even consider even probably interviewing him, to be very frank. Like, you don't usually interview a guy for a job who's suing you for not giving him the job last time. So for those who may have forgotten, there was a lawsuit back in 2022. We did the hiring for Brian Dable, ironically enough, alleging discriminatory hiring practices and citing a mistaken congratulatory text from Bill Belichick. Now, that was because Bill Belichick literally texted the wrong Brian, which if that's not enough to tell you that Bill Belichick is too old to come back to the Giants, I don't know what is. Like, they're talking 4 years ago, he was texting the wrong Brian. But that's what started that whole thing off. Listen, I don't know the ins and outs of what proof he doesn't have. I don't think it makes sense that Brian Flores would be suing them merely off of a text congratulating the wrong Brian. There's something else he has. I don't know what. That's all held up in the court systems right now. But listen, if the Giants are interested in him and he's willing to kind of get past this lawsuit, and that, let's be honest, is probably a settlement in a court to do that, then it's not necessarily a bad guy to go for at that point there. He is obviously a defensive guy. He'd have to have an offensive guy with him. But listen, if there's one guy you trust to be an excellent offensive guy, it's Kevin O'Connell, the head coach for the Vikings. So, again, same as we talked about Lou Anarumo. If you go ahead and get somebody from there, you get somebody that you trust that's in there. Josh McCown is actually the head quarterback coach right now for the Vikings. Yeah, maybe you bring him in. There's a lot of people in the NFL that loved him. They wanted to give him a head coaching job in Houston before he was even an assistant. So maybe that's what it is. You bring in Brian Flores, you figure out first the lawsuit issue, you bring him in, you get Josh McCown to come in as your new OC at that point there. You can do a whole lot worse. A whole lot worse, that's for sure.
Like hiring Brian Dable.
Yes, that was a mistake looking back on it. Not that, you and I didn't say it at the time that we were a little concerned, but, it is what it is.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.